Hello and thank you for joining the midweek edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Ozugbakun. Today on the program, APC lawmakers kick against decision of party to nominate officers of the 10th National Assembly as party cannot impose leaders on lawmakers. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Mayor Akikbelu. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. The separation of the chaff from the grains has begun at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. The Action People's Party, APP, has withdrawn its petition against the victory of Bola Tinubu in the February 25th presidential election. At the resumed court session, the party's lawyer, Obed Agu, applied for a withdrawal of the petition. Counsel to INEC, Abubakar Mahmoud, that of Tinubu, Wole Olanipekun, and APC Lateef Fagbemi did not oppose the application. Consequently, the petition was dismissed. The Action Alliance, AA, has also withdrawn its petition against Tinubu at the tribunal. Jide, what is happening? 5 parties went to, out of 18 political parties that took part in the presidential election, 5 parties went to court and now withdrawing before the hearing of the case. What is this telling us?
Well, it makes sense that this party, whose presidential candidate polled a paltry 12,839 votes.
12,000.
839 against someone who polled 8.8 million. By challenging the victory of someone who polled, you polled 12,000.
12,000.
And you are challenging someone who polled 8.8 million. Now, they have said, okay, that they are no longer interested. I think it makes sense to not waste the time of the court. But I just want to go over some of what was in the petition that they filed on 19th March. They alleged that Mr. Tinubu corruptly induced electoral officers at local government and state collation centers in Kano, Kaduna, Imo, Rivers, Kebbi, Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Ekiti, Kogi, and Kwara states with a view to alter the presidential election results in his favor. The party also claimed that fictitious figures were ascribed to Tinubu, thereby giving him a substantial lead over other candidates. They also complained about the conduct of the exercise by INEC itself. So, but it has pleased them now to
This Action Alliance.
Yes, to withdraw the petition that they filed against the president-elect. So it's not our business to find out why they made their U-turn.
Okay.
So what is important is that the number of petitioners, the number of parties that have come up with petitions has reduced. So the tribunal has
just 3 to concentrate on.
Yes, they'll be able to focus on those ones who have perhaps more serious stake or more serious, how do I describe it? Those who have a much more serious issues to raise about the election in terms of their performance. Because you look at Labour Party wants 16 states, have you? 16 states.
No,
12 states.
12 states. 11 states and Abuja.
11 states and Abuja. Just like PDP that also won 12 states. So those ones, in my view, if they come up with a petition, they are far more deserving of coming up with petitions than a party that scored 12,839 votes. I think people would take those ones more seriously, given their performance in the election, than this kind of party, because what is it, what stake have you in this whole exercise, given the very paltry, the votes that they secured, even in some polling units, people can come up with more votes than that, you know. So it's a good thing. Let the court be able to focus on the more pressing, more serious issues.
Yeah, I'm sure my friend Omoyele Sowore would have performed better than this political party, the Action People's Party, APP, and the Action Alliance that went to the tribunal.
Yes, I think there's a difference. You know, when you say you want to go to the tribunal, it's within your rights to do so, and you can allege whatever you like. But now we are in the business end of things. So when you allege, you have to now come to court with proof. So now it's dawning on some of these parties that went in the first place that they don't even have facts to prove,
because you have to back it up.
Their case, because you have to back it up. You see, that is why it's going to be interesting when we look at even the other parties that filed petition. You know, it is not enough for you to say something. It's not for you to allege that the election was not fair and fair. It's not enough for you to claim that you have won. You must prove in the face of
beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes, you must prove to the court that you actually won that election, and you must provide proof and evidence of your winning. So these two other parties have realized that they are not even in a position to prove their case, and their lawyers must have advised them after collecting the initial money payment for lawyer
filing and everything.
Yes, must have advised them.
So it's legal fees.
Must have advised them that there's no way,
there's no
point, just save the time of the court. There's no point in wasting the time of the court. So now let's face PDP and Labour Party so that we'll be able to see what they come up with. But it's important for them to know there's something that people will have to consider. INEC is a defendant at the tribunal. They have their own lawyers, and they have come in the face of the court to say, look, the person we declared as the winner was the rightful winner of that election. That is very, very important.
Yes, I think the point that Mayor made makes sense, because we've seen some funny analysts on TV accusing INEC of bias, that INEC is defending the ruling party. You filed a petition and you join them in the suit.
Yeah.
If you join them in the suit, they
defend
are
the conduct
to defend
of the
themselves.
Yes.
I don't understand. In this case that Adeleke just won,
yes,
INEC defended
the conduct
of
that exercise
against the APC.
Yes, in fact, that was the key. So
yes, and INEC will provide all material relevant to show that that election was conducted in compliance with the electoral law. So for INEC that you have sued to defend itself, is this such a bad thing? You are the one who sued INEC. INEC has defended itself. You are now saying that they are biased against a party. I mean, the level of reasoning of some of our people is extremely ridiculous.
No, but
I don't understand.
They don't take time to
even
read,
journalists
to understand. Yes, they don't take
journalists
time
to
understand.
You are reviewing newspapers and you are talking like this. You are misleading people. The job of the journalist is to break things down, get the public to understand these things in simple English. INEC tomorrow, if Binane goes to court over that Fintiri matter, INEC will go there to defend that election and Fintiri's victory. Yes. It's the natural thing. If you don't want them to defend themselves, why did we join them in the suit? Why did we join them in the petition? And of course, you know, if you do not join INEC,
non-technical grounds
will
not
dead
be
on arrival. So this is the thing. So journalists.
You know, the problem with journalists, you see, the problem is that when you put emotions into what you do, when you put emotions into what you do, you will not be as
thoughtful
as you should be. You understand? Because already there is emotions.
Overwhelmed by emotion.
You already have a picture of what you want to happen. Instead of you to look at it as a professional, to be able to tell them. That is why sometimes when I listen to some analysts on TV, and because they have sympathy for one party or the other, They keep deluding themselves, and when they want to talk, they will say, "Oh, there should be justice. There should be justice. The Supreme Court, it must be seen to Kiriko. They must live up to this. They must live up to that." And I ask them that, "Oh, is this your own idea of what the judgment should be?" That is when the Supreme Court will be fair. You are not even in the position, because it's the court that knows the law. Even the lawyers cannot tell the court. It's only the court that knows the law. So you cannot sit down because you're an analyst and you think that this is what I want to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then that means that
there is a senior man who analyzes on radio a fake picture that was generated about Zamfara. Do you know he went on radio to say, "Oh, see this governor"? I said, "Come on. This thing did not happen." This period has exposed a lot of us.
Yes, when you put emotions into things.
A lot of us, you see people that you had so much respect for, you now see clearly that, is it that this guy was not actually what we thought he was? Because a journalist has to be painstaking. Take your time. Before you go on air to say so much about something, you must first find out if that thing is correct, if that thing is true. You know? Because this is the season of fake news. You can't even differentiate truth from falsehood these days. Because they will couch falsehood they will dress it in roses. You know, you think that, this thing must be true. Later on you discover, it's a time that we have to be careful. You can't be telling people that INEC is biased because INEC went to court to file its own.
I mean, of course they will do that.
Whatever. That is expected of them because you sue them.
And when they are
to fight their defense.
Because in defending themselves, they have to defend the process that they conduct.
Yes, that they got money to conduct. And you don't expect them to say, okay, they raise their hands up that, okay, because they are saying this February 25 election is the worst in our history. Therefore, they too should agree. Even me, bring a gun, put it here. I will never agree that it's the worst in history.
But it's not the worst in history.
Because I know that you are saying that you are extremely dishonest.
That election was not the worst in history?
Yes, of course it's not. That is why I quarrel.
Yes, it was not perfect, but it was a very good election.
There's no election that is perfect. It was a good election. That's the election where, if look at what happened in the House of Reps now.
Yeah.
Where the opposition has more members. Have we ever witnessed that?
Yes.
Was it not that same February 25?
It threw up a lot of things.
Since 1999.
Yes. Was it not that same February 25? Because you made up your mind that it should be somebody that will win the election. You got your permutations wrong. You were deluded. You went giddy with fake opinion polls that people were doing. And when things went against your wish, you then felt that the heavens must come down over all of us.
Especially the prediction of our Father in the Lord.
Oh, those
so
ones.
That those
ones, they have already demystified themselves. And unfortunately, they have not stopped. They've not stopped.
Still going.
They won't stop. They won't stop because why they won't stop is that
they moved to the inauguration now.
They're embarrassed already. You know, because of the Muslim ticket, they believe that
that's the source of the anger.
Yes, they believe that it's a battle that they must win. And instead of them to say that, look, we are not supporting the Muslim ticket, this is the person we want to support on this basis, they kept lying to their congregation that God told them that this is the person that will win the election, which God did not do. So when you now failed, they cannot go back and be telling people that God didn't tell them.
No, God ordained somebody to win the election, and another person came to rig it.
The pastor now tells us that he phones God, that he make phone calls to God. What have they taken us for? People who are moral midgets. Moral midgets.
One is in Kiriki.
Behaving like they are Puritans, they are better than the rest of
us. Yes, he said they are coming for him because of his prediction. Meanwhile, it was your pastor that took him to court.
Even we that we have never called ourselves Puritans, we have never called ourselves fantastic Christians, we still have the capacity to resist temptation. We have the capacity to resist temptation. When temptation is dressed up as a woman in micro miniskirt, a lot of these people calling themselves clergymen, they cannot even resist a woman in miniskirt.
So you should not
They
tell
can't.
anybody. You should not tell anybody after you completed the act.
That matter will not allow us to talk about the other one. Better, when we go there now, we want to analyze how the woman was injured.
Oh God! So ultimately, the fireworks just started now, and a lot of people are rejoicing already. Some people, they come online, they said, "Oh, it has started." And if you see the lawyers, if you see everything, but I would say
Said the lawyer was coming from Russia. Also.
No, one somebody just brought one fake thing, and I thought when somebody mentioned it, and I thought,
and you can't use your
I
reason
said,
that
how
somebody
can-
that is not licensed to
how can
practice
you
in
think like
Nigeria
that? How can you think like that?
cannot appear in a Nigerian court.
How can somebody come from Russia? What are
Come
you
and
saying?
practice here.
What are you saying?
So Cochrane, the U.S. lawyer, can actually come here too.
If it's not licensed,
O.J. Simpson's lawyer.
Even if you come here,
and people are so
guy does
gullible.
not even understand the terrain. He's not even in a position to practice here. Even at that, he's not adding any value that is coming from abroad.
It's not licensed to practice here. He can't
He
practice.
can't practice.
Our eyes don't
And some people believe. Some people
during this
believe
period. They will believe it.
Yes,
They will believe it.
I watched one and somebody was saying, "Oh, the lawyer is coming. They are going to prove that." This
They say it's Obasanjo that is bringing it.
that arranged it.
Obasanjo that lost about 10 straight cases against Atiku. He couldn't bring foreign lawyers to defend his cases. Atiku flogged him 10 straight times
Okay.
in 2007.
All right.